Okay, here we are, the morning of day 3. It's all of our stuff and our tents. We're right by the water, which is right there. And then this is where we've been eating over here. So we are going to fix our breakfast and then pack up. What are you having for breakfast, Ron?
I think I'm going to have the breakfast hash.
Okay, and I think I'm going to do oatmeal, so. You can see the sun coming up over the mountains. We are headed, we've got another 10-mile day today. I thought it was going to be 8. I think my brother lied to me earlier. But this is campsite 20. And as you can see, nice and open. And then right over there is the water. So we were relatively close. So it was very, very nice. Here's the trail coming off of campsite 20, headed to Lumber Ridge. We've got a 3.9-mile hike before we turn off onto Lumber Ridge. And we started at 8:23 this morning. Another beautiful day. I don't see a cloud in the sky at this point, so we're pretty lucky. And getting ready for another great day. Day 3 certainly didn't disappoint us. There were so many beautiful areas on this route that we took and so many different changes of color. It was just really amazing. Views that we were allowed to see because the trees had lost their leaves. We went through reds and oranges, and then we went through gold and pine needles and all sorts of different colors. And my brother saw a mama bear and her cubs. I just heard them. And then we saw a beautiful buck, and he just stood there and just let us admire him. And then at our campsite, we saw a doe. Good job. Glimpse of sun on the trail today. The sun is getting higher, and I'm sure it's going to heat things up a little bit.
What's that?
I'm already ready to take off another layer. Continuing on. We're continuing on Meigs Mountain Trail. The trail is so densely covered with leaves, you can hardly see the trail. I mean, you can make it out. It's beautiful, but definitely a different view than yesterday or the day before. All right, these are the first trees over the trail that we're going to have to climb over. Pretty big trees, but wasn't too bad. All right.
Here comes Carrie trekking along. It's been kind of a pleasant day of hiking, and anything's pleasant compared to our first day. So how you feeling, Carrie?
Feeling good. There's just no way that you can.
Okay, we'll come across our first snake here.
from there. And we are heading up this side. A lot of switchbacks. Now we're heading up that way, I believe. We have another switchback ahead of us. This is a much kinder way to take us up the mountain than Boat Mountain did.
Hey, bear.
We are coming to our first sign. We are passing Curry Mountain and continuing on toward Tremont. Correct? Meigs Trail. Just came up on this cemetery. There's a stone over here. Don't know that it's got any writing on it. Yeah, right here. 1866 to 1909, Polly Husky. This must have been their family gravesite. This is campsite 22.
19.
Oh, this is campsite number 19.
Looks like a nice one up there.
Is there? Yep, they've got a couple fire rings. The bear cables are right over here. It's right off the trail. I don't know where they go for water, unless there's some right over here. But here we go. Just past campsite 19, heading up the mountain. We surely couldn't have asked for a better day. Just crossed over this little stream. Ron's going to load up on his water. It heads down there. Stopped along the trail at this creek. Fill up on some water before we carry on. Absolutely beautiful. You can see or not, but the leaves are just floating off the trees.
I'm going to do a slow-mo. Don't say anything.
Come around the corner and look at this view. Just completed our first 4 miles for the day. We're coming to our second sign. So we are headed towards Lumber Ridge. All right, we are starting on Lumberjack Trail. Oh, Lumber Ridge Trail. And heading 4.1 to Tremont, and then onward to our campsite for the night. Just a view we couldn't pass up. Heading down Lumber Ridge. Still heading up Lumber Ridge. We just went through a patch where instead of leaves on the trail, it's all pine needles. Just a beautiful trail. We're going downhill now, but we just did a pretty significant climb. Lasted a pretty long time. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm sweating pretty good. It's a little warm out today, but we get a good breeze every once in a while, and that cools us off some. So, but it's beautiful. We just saw a buck, pretty big one, and I'm not sure if it got on or not. Still on Lumber Ridge. Look at this view. We're about 1.5 miles from Tremont, where we think we're going to do lunch. And this is the view we're getting right now. Just beautiful. We have about 1/2 mile before we hit Tremont, and we're walking along this rock ledge. It's pretty cool. You can hear the water down below us. As you can see, it's straight down. Hopefully we'll get some good views when we get a little closer. Ran into a couple day hikers not too far back that were just out for a day hike. And so kind of felt like we weren't too far away. Alright, well, we've made it to the junction of Tremont and Lumber Ridge.
Finished lunch in Tremont.
Yep.
And now we are heading on to West Prong Trail. A couple miles to our campsite for the night, and then one more day.
That's right.
So mile up, mile down, they said. And then we'll be at the campsite.
Alright, we are started on our last leg of the trail today. We are going West Prong to campsite 18. Making it up West Prong. It's been an incline the whole way. So it's 1 mile up, 1 mile down. We've got about 3/10 of a mile to go, supposedly, before we start going back down. Well, we're on West Prong Trail still. It is absolutely beautiful. Look up there. That's where we came from. We're headed up. We're almost to the top, where we will start descending. But it was a pretty significant climb. I'm still winded. My heart's rate at 110. Here we go. Continuing on West Prong. Hey there, just wanted to give you guys a shout out. I am finishing my 3rd day with my brother on the trail and having a great time. And yeah, I hope everything's going well over there in the Berg. Okay, we are headed down to campsite 18, and I'm hearing some running water. Ooh, it's so cool right here. The temperature just changed drastically. You guys can see that waterfall right there. Do a little rock hop. No. Can you? No. Let me come back. Well, we're coming up to our campsite. You hear the water running. We heard this is one of the best campsites in the park. They told us to go over the bridge and to the right. But here is the campsite. Run over the bridge. That is our view for the night. Come over here to the right and find a spot. This is the bridge I just came over. I think we're going to put our feet in the water for a little while and cool ourselves down. Here's going to get a drink of water.
There it is.
Yep.
Water. Going for the therapeutic effect of keeping her feet in the ice cold water. How does it feel?
It feels cold.
Back over to the bridge. Dinner's finished. Packs are all hung. Food's hung. So, just going to make sure where the trail is for tomorrow.
It's a little bit of a walk back here to the campsite, but it's well off the trail, which is nice. There's the water again. It just follows this path that we're on. That takes us back to our campsite. So we're both a little bit sore today. My toenails are hurting and he's got a couple blisters. But tomorrow's a pretty short day for us. So we will endure. So this is where that is. And there is our campsite. So we're going to continue this on. Once we'd finished getting everything taken care of for the night, we just wanted to sit up and talk. We knew it was our last night. We wanted to enjoy the sky and all the stars out there, the sound of the water. And we were also just listening to see if we heard any animals. We were kind of enclosed by a big hill on one side and then the creek on the other. And we kept on seeing these eyes, or what we thought were eyes, up in the tree, but they kept on rotating. And so we walked over there and shined our light on the tree where we thought the animal was, and they ended up being a pair of shoes that just had some reflective properties on them. So we just got a big laugh out of that. So just wanted to end this day sharing that story with you guys.